Well, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Please don't take anything Grandpa says as financial advice, and please do your own research. Okay, we had a high today of 274.98. 274.98. Where did Grandpa sell his shares today? At 274.95. Okay, there's a reason for that. But anyway, trust nobody. That's what I say. Low of the day was 267.48. And the close was up from yesterday, and it was 271.30. What a day we had. We were pretty much range bound after the first few hours of the day. Between 270 and 273, just in that area predominantly all day. And if you listen to my previous video yesterday, I think you'll hear that Grandpa mentioned that we're very likely going to be range bound today. She's winding up like a rubber band, and I think we'll probably do some more winding up tomorrow before it's over. But when this rubber band breaks, it's going to really go. And the question is where it's going to go. Okay, so currently, after hours, it's going straight up. We're on our second green candle, and she's taken off. And the reason for that is they're shorting at 282.60 after hours, and they're doing it ever so slowly, but they are doing it, and it's pulling us up, which is a good thing if you want to go up. So currently the price is right at 272, and they just selling, shorting 10,000 shares right at 272. I'm looking at it right. But they're doing between 6,700 and 10,000 shares at that 272 range. I think they're trying to hold this thing down a little bit. So anyway, what went on today? It was just a wild day. I put out 2 alerts early this morning. I hope some of you got on the bandwagon. Grandpa did just absolutely terrific twice today. And so early on, pre-market, they started out shorting at 275.75, and there's so many numbers. 291.50 pre-market. I'll give you some of the bigger ones. 324 they shorted for a brief period. They went back to that 300 number. 322.96 they shorted. But predominantly they shorted under the 280. We had some 282s, 281s stuff, but where they did most of their shorting was actually where they did most of their shorting was 275. They did a fair amount. We know that number now. They didn't hit it. They went to 274.98. So all those shorts that they did yesterday, even more than today, times 300 a blink for whatever 3-4 hours yesterday, they're still there, and they're between us and the 280 mark. So keep that in mind. And what do I got going? Well, let's finish the shorts. What's Grandpa C as far as the shorts? As the shorts went along, they did a bunch at 274.50. Okay, they went from 275 to 274.50, and then they went to 274 times 1, and then they went times 2, which is 200 shares per blink, 30, 40 times a minute, and they were all over the place today, really. But 273, they went to next, times 2, and they stayed there for a long time. Now, think about it. They did a bunch, not massive or anything, but they did quite a bit between 275 and 280, a little bit over top. And then they went to 275, and then they went to 274.50, and then they went to 274, and then they went to 273 times 2, where they're shorting, okay? I do not think that we're going to see 275 tomorrow. I think they might even stop us short, possibly, of the 274.50. So if you're going to go long sometime tomorrow off of a dip, be very careful not to get caught up there. Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. And that's exactly why I put my sell position in this morning when I alerted myself that there was an alert. I was very alert. And I put my sell in at 274.95 because I was worried that they wouldn't even touch the 275 because they're building their position there. They have a reason what they're doing. These guys are really, really intelligent, the market makers, and they love to show Grandpa exactly what they're doing. But Grandpa knows stuff, so Grandpa just does Grandpa stuff. So that's what I got to say about that. Okay. On the buy side, pre-market, they started out at 255.55 briefly, 256.50 times 2, buying. These guys are buying down there. And watch my previous videos. I explain a lot of this stuff, what happened pre-market and stuff with my alerts. And then towards the end of the day here, they did 257.12. If they wanted to make a bear flag today or bring it down, they would pause the selling on the short side up above, and they would start buying at 257.12 times 1. They did it all through the whole day, on and off, on and off. That's our prevalent number right now. I expect them to return to that number or very close to it in the future. It might be a place that we can pick up a bounce, possibly. And as we speak, the 282.60 is still blinking, and I'm in the 5-minute chart. We haven't got green. All the candles are green since 10 minutes before the close. Okay, let's see. 260 times 1. They did a lot there. So 257 to 260 range. They did that times 1 the last half hour or so, and they did it previously in the date. Getting up on my time here. So, what's Grandpa see for tomorrow? Grandpa sees more range bound. I'm hoping I'm hoping for a dip down in the 264 area somewhere, 265, whatever. I'll know when I see it, believe me, where it's supposed to be. But that's what I'm hoping for. And then I want to get out probably around 274 area and take my money. So, and robots. What about my new robot? Well, when I get my new robot, I think I'm gonna probably ask the grandkids, but I think I'm gonna name it Grandma. Grandma number 2. You got Grandma number 1, and then you got Grandma number 2, right? And so this robot would be Grandma number 2. And so, this Tesla, with making these robots for in-home use and stuff like that coming up, that's going to be monstrous for this company. I've heard many reports that it'll be far bigger than the car part of the business in time. And I'm looking forward to Grandma number 2, but don't tell Grandma number 1, because I don't need any trouble from Grandma number 1 or 2. Then I'm going to have 2 of them yelling at me, "Have you vacuumed yet, Grandpa?" I'm getting at it. Okay, see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Tomorrow is Friday. And God bless you, and we will see you on what? Friday.